Welcome back to Music Why Not. Today I'm here with icons in music, the band Modern English.
Icons.
Yes, thank you guys so much for joining us today. We were super excited to talk to you, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, it is a very exciting time because you guys just released your album, and I believe it just released. You guys hadn't played in 30 years, correct?
As the lineup that we have now, it's 4/5 of the original lineup. So yes, it's 30 odd years.
So how does it feel to come back and kind of like regroup and make music?
Feels good. Feels really good. The album's really good.
Take Me to Trees, correct?
Yeah.
Now, can you guys tell me a little bit more about the album?
Well, it's a long time in the making, but after 30 years, we didn't feel there was too much of a rush. But it was when the four of us got back together, we kind of we played quite a few tours over the last few years, and we looked at some of our first album, Mesh and Lace, which we did when we were like very young, and our second album, which was kind of us growing up a bit more, and we kind of just revisited what we were, that period of our music, and meshed it all together. Pardon the pun. And
it's a bit of a mixture of Mesh and Lace and After the Snow.
Oh, that's for fans. That's probably like really, really exciting.
Yeah, it's a good album. I mean, we're really proud of it.
Actually, from the album, one of my favorite songs, it is on here. It's right here. It is I Feel Small. And I really like that song because I'm quite small. But what I like about it is that it's more of an upbeat song, but the lyrics are not very upbeat.
Well spotted.
They're quite dark, and
Yes.
I really like that song. Can you guys tell me a little bit more about it?
Yeah, I mean, you're right, it is a bit of a dark song. It's basically about depression. So it's quite nice to have a sparkly pop song, but with the lyrics being a bit deeper, a bit more, darker, for want of a better word.
Yeah, because if you listen to the song, it's
also,
upbeat, and then...
Also, we tried, when we were producing the song, we tried to make it sound like it was coming out of an old-fashioned transistor radio.
Oh, really?
Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't based on a massive sound. It was more of an old, fashioned songwriting process where we made the drums smaller. Where normally bands like to have the drums loud. We made the drums smaller and made them sound like biscuit tins.
Yeah.
And then it was more about the song than the production.
Wow, I really do like that song. And from the album, I'm also a big fan of album covers. And I always loved your album covers. And I like this album cover. It's kind of like the trees and stuff. And I know you guys worked with the same person that did your first album cover. So how did you get in contact with him and to do this album cover?
He's done all of them.
He has? So do you guys does he know your vision, or do you have to kind of like...
Well, he's such an old friend of ours that I first of all emailed him and said, hello, I haven't been speaking to you for a while, can you do our album, please? And he said, send me the songs. And we always send Vaughan, he's always listened to our demos. So he'll hear the songs at the beginning stage and, live with it for a while. And then he'll send us ideas. And he sent loads of ideas for this album, but I think he always knows what he wants. He's almost like a fifth member in this case, with the artwork.
Just sung with Martin Young, the producer.
That's what I was just about to ask.
He's a friend
you guys
as well.
just worked with him again, so how was that? Does he like automatically know kind of like what you guys want, what direction, or is it like a work in progress?
He's just very good at listening. Oh, that's my mum. He wanted to get, Martin hadn't done anything in music for nearly as long as us. So, he was interested in doing something. We were making an album. We said, let's do it together. And he came and saw us play live and we said, yeah, let's do it.
Now, I also know you guys have been touring the US and then the UK, and you guys are embarking on a tour in the US. So what can fans expect a little bit from that?
We played in London last Wednesday, and it was a real mix of our first 2 LPs and Trees. So, and it was also quite up tempo. It was quite a fast-paced set. So, but we'll add a few other songs to this set.
There'll be quite a lot of noise.
Yeah, it was very noisy.
Yeah, because Gary McDowell and Steve Walker are guitar and keyboards. They're noisy buggers.
We're really excited, and for our last question, for your tour, I know you guys. I heard from your management that the OxFam America tables are going to be at the venues, and they
Yes.
help prevent poverty.
Yes.
So why did you guys decide to choose that? Was it something that you guys knew about, or?
Yeah, an old friend of mine, Julie Jengo, she's one of the music outreach people, the volunteer, and the guy who seems to run the music outreach, Bob, I forgot his surname, Ferguson, I think. Me and Julie have been in touch over a few years about the possibility of it, and when Bob wrote to us a month or so ago, he said now would be a really good time to do it, and you could only agree.
I've just done another area of the Oxfam thing. You call them goodwill stores, I think. In England,
Yeah.
we call them charity shops. And it was when we were growing up in the 70s, that's how old we are, they were the first charity goodwill stores in England. There wasn't any
really?
others.
Yeah.
So we used to buy our stage clothing from there. So we've got a bit of a history with Oxfam.
Oxfam there's one in every town in
Yeah.
England.
Oh, really?
Well, it was started in the town of Oxford
Believe it or
for famine relief, and so Oxford famine. So and it's second-hand records is where we get old vinyl from, which is
It's actually really a big company now, really. It's worldwide, really good.
Well, that's really awesome that you guys are doing that. Use your platform to spread good, which is also really cool. And we're so happy that we get to talk to you guys. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
This
you.
was Music Why Not on your favorite artist. Visit our website. Thank you.
Cheers.
I feel small, like a blade.